I was always very reserved and like, I can't do that, because I always had the negative in my head of what people said when I was at school, and you're not going to amount to anything. But going over to Islington and doing the learning with them, it's made me a lot stronger in myself. Now I'm not scared to open the next door, as they say. I will open it and see what happens.
Tracey was very open and honest. She'd had a tricky start. She was really wanting to put that behind her and make a difference in her life. And I admired that. She really rolled up her sleeves and worked hard. And she really wanted to prove that she could do something. And I think she wanted to set a very positive example both to her children and to her sister. She wanted to prove to them that just because you didn't do too well at school, and just because you got dyslexia, doesn't mean to say you can't achieve. Look at me.
I was working in a nursery for the local authority, and I was also married with a partner that I'd been with for 21 years. Basically what happened, it was a marriage breakdown, and my daughter became very ill and needed a lot of support. So I gave up work and took a bit of time out to look at myself, look at what I wanted to do next. And that's when I did start to take control and went over to Islington to do these courses and set myself a plan of what I wanted to do in the next 2 years. I enrolled on maths, English, adult social care and food hygiene, because I knew my aim was to become a childminder. So I used to go 2 days a week doing maths, 1 day a week English, 1 day a week for adult social care and 1 day a week for food hygiene. So I was busy for 5 days a week because I gave myself 12 months to be back in work, and I did it in just under 11 months. I look after other people's children, from doing their basic nappy needs to feeding them to taking them out. We go to play groups to drop in. That's what I call the fun side of my business, because that's what I really enjoy, being on the floor with the children, listening to them and being on their level. The paperwork side to it is doing your account, and then all of the observations I do on the children. I'm a lot more happier within myself. I don't look on the downside of life anymore. If something happens, I deal with it and I move on. I'm more bubbly in myself every day because I'm enjoying my job again. I'm proud of opening up my business, because that was my main aim, to open up my childminding business and be my own boss.